Yes,
Keypad interfacing is very simple. It is not so complicated. Directly you are writing and reading. Only these two operations are there. So let us take this is your keypad. So this is known as the 4 cross 3 keypad or 3 cross 4 keypad. Right. So here 4 rows are there, 3 columns are there. And this is a diagram for 4 cross 4 keypad. What does it mean? 4 rows are there, 4 columns are there. And what is a keypad? It is nothing but switches are there. Say 4 cross 4 means 16 switches will be there. Right? So the keypad you can consider it as say 2 planes. One plane is a row plane, another one is a column plane. You consider it like that. And whenever you are pressing a key, what you are doing? You are actually making a connection between those two planes. By default, all the switches are open. When you are pressing say first switch, you are making a connection between first column line and first row line. Right. Let us consider that in the first plane you are having 4 lines plus 4 rows, and second plane you are having 4 lines representing 4 columns. When you are pressing the first switch, what you are doing? You are making a connection between first row and first column. First row and first column. When you are pressing this button 5, what you are doing? You are making a connection between first row and second column. If you are pressing D, you are making connection between fourth row and fourth column. So how will you identify a switch is pressed or not? What is the algorithm that is known as keypad scanning algorithm, basic algorithm. So what you will do means first you will be writing say 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Then you will read the data from these columns. Right? So I am writing 1, 1, 1, 0 to these column. From the to this row, from the column I am going to read the data. So here I am writing, here I am reading. So in this case, if none of the switches are pressed, what will be the data here? Let us consider all these lines are pulled up to VCC, right? Through a resistance. Resistor should be there. So one resistor is there. Similarly, I am pulling this line also to VCC through another resistance. This line also to VCC through another resistance. This line also I am pulling to VCC through another resistance. Right. So, if none of the switch is pressed, what will be the value read here? What value will be read?
all will be high means 1.
All the column values will be 1. But let us consider that I am pressing this switch. This switch. So, what will be the value here? This column is getting connected to this row. What was the data in this row? So
0.
this column will be getting 0, 1, 1, 1. When I am pressing this switch. Similarly, if I am pressing say this switch, what will be getting? Column 3 is connected to row 3. What is the row 3 value?
0.
0. Others will be 1. So I'll be getting. So when I am reading, if I am getting 0, 1, 1, 1, what does it mean? I can conclude that star button is pressed. But if I am getting 1110, I am conclude that this D button is pressed. Right. So this is how you are scanning one row. Then how will I scan the next row? I will write 1, 1, 0, 1. That means I am making this line as low. Then I will read the value. Again, if nothing is pressed, you will get all 1. If say 8 is pressed, what you will get?
1
What you
0
get?
1 1.
That means column 1 is connected to row 2. So what will get? 1 0 1 1. Right. If I am getting 1 0 1 1, provided row 2 is 0, I can identify that 8 is right. Then if nothing is pressed here, I will write 1 1 1 1 0 1 1. Again I will check. If nothing is pressed, I will write 0 1 1 1. So this is known as the keypad scanning algorithm. So what will I do? First of all, say from here itself we will start. First of all, I will make row 0 as 0, all the others as 1. So 0 1 1 1 I will write. Then I will check. I will read the value. If it is 1 1 1 1, that means nothing is pressed. So I will leave this row. Then I will write 1 0 1 1. That means this row will be made as 0, others will be made as 1. Right? Then again I will read from here. Again, if it is 1 1 1, that means second row is also not pressed. Then I will modify it with 1 1 0 1. Then again I will read from here. Say if 9 is pressed, what value will get? 1 1 0 1 will get. That means 9 has been pressed. So this is known as the keypad scanning algorithm. Any doubt? So first of all, what should I do? I need to make these pins as output, these pins as input. That is the first step. Then what should I do? I need to write the first value 0 1 1 1 to this input. After that, what I will do? I will read from here. If all are ones, I will write with the next data. And when I will write this, then I will read from here. If any switch in the second row is pressed, because now second row is made as 0. If anyone here, any switch is pressed, corresponding bit will be 0. So if it is 1 1 0 1, I have written inside a for loop, take the switch pressed as 9. This is known as the keypad scanning algorithm. You are writing a data, you are reading back. If any switch is pressed, corresponding row will be connected to corresponding column and you will get the 0. So we will see the circuit diagram. So this is a circuit diagram. So in this example, I am going to use 8-bit mode. So no need of that splitting and shifting, all those things are not required. So directly I am using 8-bit mode. Right? Then I am using a 4x keypad, right? And the rows of the keypad I am connecting to P0 point 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, 21, 22, 23. Columns I am connecting to 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay? And I have already told that columns should be made as input, rows should be made as output. Row should be made as output, column should be input. Why? Because I am writing the data to row. Say initially I will be writing 0 1 1 1. I am writing it here, so it should be output. Then I am reading from the column. Reading. So these pin should be input, column pin should be input, row pin should be output, and to all the input pins I am having pull up connection given. Why? Because this pull up resistance is very much important. Otherwise, these pins will be input pins will be in floating state, your data will be wrong. Sometimes it will read as 0, sometimes it will be read as 1. So whenever you are using an input, all the pins should be pulled up to VCC or pulled up to ground according to the program. Paste it here. This is the LCD keypad program. Save as, save. keypad LCD.c. Then you can add this program, keypad LCD. No need of making any other changes. Give build.
No,
Now
sir.
you can go to Proteus. My data lines will be connected to P0.8 to 15. P0.8 to 15. My data lines. Right. P0.8 to 15. That is my data line. 8 to 15. 8 to. We are connecting to D0. D1. D2. So I have connected from 8 to 15, right? Then pin number 16, I am connecting to RS. 17, I am connecting to R bar W. 18, I am connecting to enable. 18, I am connecting to enable. Right? For time being, VCC and all is not required. It will be automatically taken. Then I am going to connect the LCD. So again go to the keypad. So again go to component mode. For taking keypad, click on component mode. Click on P. Type here keypad. So you can take this keypad. Keypad underscore small CALC calculator. You can type keypad. Take the last one. So it is 4x4 keypad you will get. Type keypad, take the last one. Keypad hyphen small calculator. Double click on that. You will get the keypad here. You can keep it here. Right. So I am going to connect say P0.20 onwards. 20 will be connected to row 1. 21 will be connected to row 2. 22 will be connected to row 3. 24 to row 4. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Row 1 to 4. Then column P1.16. So this will be connected in P1. P1.16 to which row? P1.16 to which row? P1.16 to which column? Column 1. P1.17 to column 2. P1.18 to column 3. P1.19 to column 4. Then click on again, go to component mode, click on P, take resistance, MIN, RES, 1K resistance. I am taking 1K resistance, say MIN, RES, 1K, double click on that, MIN, RES, 1K. Connect 4 resistances here. So when you are clicking here, 4 resistance will be getting like this. One more time you can click. So like that you click 4 times. Then right click on resistance, rotate clockwise. Right click on resistance, rotate clockwise. So that I can keep it easily. Right click, rotate clockwise. Then keep the resistance in this position so that I can connect it to all columns for pulling it up to VCC. So connect it to this row. First one connected first column, second one connected to second column, third one to third column, fourth one to fourth column. With little bit here. First one to first column, then one second column, third one third column. Fourth one to fourth column. Right. Now you can click on. Again, what you need to give here? You need to give VCC. So click on DC source. That is generator mode. Take DC source. Click on here. Wherever you have taken the LCD keypad, all those things from there itself. All those are components now. Then for taking this DC generator, click on generator mode. Take DC, keep it here, connect with all this. Then don't forget to configure this VCC as 3.3. Right. Will be the final connection. Final connection will be something like this. So for LCD P0.8 to 15, you are connecting the data line. 16, 17, 18, that is my, what is that, the RS R bar W enable, right? Then all the rows of keypad I am connecting from 20, 21, 22, 23. Columns I am connecting from 16, 17, 18, 19. Then you can go to the keel, you can give build. If it is not builded, then give build. Then double click on this controller. The program file remains the same. 12 megahertz also remains the same. So whenever you are clicking build, previous hex file will be deleted, new hex file will be generated. So don't worry that previous hex file was shown, then why it is running the new file. So whenever you are clicking on this build, you can see that creating hex file will be there. That means new old hex file will be deleted. Right. Now you can run the simulation. When you are running, you will get like this. So if I am pressing 7, you will get 7. The equal to, you will get equal to 1, 5 into etc. This one clear. So in the program initially, I have given some definition. Why I have given some definition? Because in the program, instead of using the pins, I can use the name itself. Right. So LCD, I have mapped onto FF left shifted by 8. RS is 1 left shifted by 16. R bar W 1 left shifted by 17. Enable 1 left shifted by 18. So from here you can see that RS is connected to 16, R bar W 17, enable 18. Similarly, column 1, 2, 3, 4 I have connected to 16, 17, 18, 19. So here you will get that idea. Row is from 20, 21, 22, 23. So from this program, so since the hardware connection was like that, I have written the program like this. Right. That means all in my diagram I have connected LCD to P0, keypad to P1. So both LCD, that is P0 pin, and P1 pin should be configured as output. Right? That is my next step. So in the main program, you can see pin select 0 and pin select 1. Both I am clearing. That means all the pins I am configuring as GPIO. Then IO direction 0 and IO direction 1 I am setting. IO direction 0 is for configuring port 0 as output. Then in IO direction 1, Which all pins should be input? Which are the pins should be input? Only the column pin should be input. Which are the column pins? 16, 17, 18, 19. Except these pins, all the other pins we can configure it as output. So that is why in the program I have written one F here, right? F means it will be output. Which are the pins that should be output in port 1? 20, 21, 22, 23. These 4 pins should be output. All the other pins for time being I am configuring it as input, right? So 20, 21, 22, 23 should be written with 1. That is why F is here. So wherever I am writing 1, it will be configured as output. So P1 point 20, 21, 22, 23 will be output. All the others for time being I am configuring it as input. Then LCD init I am calling. What will be there in LCD init? This is LCD init. That means whatever commands you have previously used, those commands I am giving it here. Right? Whatever commands you have used. Here instead of 28 I have written 38. What does that 28 and 38 mean? 8-bit mode. Previously it was 28. The function set was 28. Why that 28? Because I have configured 4-bit mode. But here I am configuring 8-bit mode. So the initial position should be, the initial value should be 3 instead of 2. That bit also should be 1. That is 38. Then here your cursor is blinking, no? Here you can see the cursor here, no? That is why in the program corresponding changes have been made, right? So you can go through the command later. So that was LCD init. Then I am printing on the LCD. How will I print? Print function. Where is it? This is a print, right? So same method. What you have seen before, same method you are doing. I am checking whether the string is not equal to null character. If it is not equal to null character, LCD data will be called. What is LCD data? This is LCD data, right? So how will you make the LCD data? First you will be clearing RS, clearing R bar W, enable and the LCD pin for initializing. You are clearing all these bits. Then you are sending the data to LCD set and left shifting by 8. Why you are left shifting by 8? Why you are shifting the data by 8? You are sending the data to IO, that is port 0. Why you are left shifting by 8 here? Because your data lines are starting from P0.8 onwards. So if you are writing the data directly to port 0, your data will be from 0 to 7. But I need to send data from 8 to 15. That is why I am performing left shift by 8. Whatever data I need to send, that will be left shifted by 8. So the data will be starting from P0.8 to 15. Right? Then since I am sending the data, I am making RS as 1 or equal to RS means RS is 1. RS is nothing but 1 left shifted by 17 or 16. We have previously defined here. What is RS? 1 left shifted by 16. Right? That means RS will be 1. R bar W is 0. Enable you are making 1 for some time, then 0 for some time. So whatever you have done, data can be directly given instead of splitting it into MSB and LSB. Similarly, how will you write the command? Same thing. What is any difference is there? Only difference is that for sending data, RS will be set. For sending command, RS will be 0. All the other things remains the same. Here also we don't need to split into MSB nibble and LSB nibble. Directly you can send the data because it is in 8-bit mode. Then you are initializing it to the first position. Here you are starting the LCD keypad algorithm. LCD data bracket keypad means whatever keypad function is returning, it should be displayed. So this is known as a keypad function. Keypad function. So this will return a character, whatever character is pressed. Right? So what I am doing is, what I should do? First I need to write 0, 1, 1, 1. That means I am making the first row as 0. Then you will be reading the whole column. That is what I am doing it here. I am clearing the first row. So instead of first column, write it as first row. It is actually row, not column. Right? So I am making first row as 0. IO clear 1 equal to row 1. Right? Row 1 pin, I am clearing it. Right? So what is row 1? 1 left shifted by 20. Right? So only the 20th pin will be cleared. That means you are writing 0, 1, 1, 1. Right? So you are clearing the first row, then you are setting the other rows. You are clearing first row, setting other rows. So what does it mean? First row, I am writing it as 0. All the other rows, I am writing it as 1. So effectively, what value I am writing? 0, 1, 1, 1. Then what should I do? I need to read from the column. I am reading from the column IO pin 1 and column 1, because you are reading from the column. And what is this column 1 mean? 1 left shifted by 16. So you are ANDing with that and you are checking whether it is equal to 0. Right. If it is 0, what does it mean? If that column is 0, what does it mean? You are written 0, 1, 1, 1 and you are reading from column completely. If this column is 0, which key is pressed? You are writing 0, 1, 1, 1. That means this row you have made as 0. Then you are reading from here. And if you are getting this column as 0, which row is pressed?
7.
7 is pressed. If you are getting this row as 0, which is pressed? 8 is pressed. If you are getting this row, this column as 0, 9 is pressed. That is what I have written here. IO pin 1 and column 1. If it is 0, keep press this 7. Right. Then it will give a delay return key. Right. If this is not 0, if else, if column 2 is 0, key is 8. It will return again 8. So similarly, first row will be checked here. If nothing is pressed, what will happen? Row 2 will be made as 0. This is second row, I am making it as 0. Row 1, 3 and 4 I am making it as 1. That means effectively you are writing what value? 1, 0, 1, 1. Then you will read from column. And if first column is pressed, keep press this 4. So that is shown here. The same thing I am writing here, only the data will be changing, and instead of column 1 scanning, column 1, 2, 3, 4 remains the same. If it is column 1, keep press this 4. If it is column 2, keep press this 5. Column 3, keep press this 6. Column 4, keep press this star. Why star? It is into. If it is column 1, keep press this 4. Column 2, 5. Column 3, 6. Column 4, star or into. Right. Like that, then I will make third row as 0. Then I will do the same process. Then I will make fourth row as 0. Again, I will do the same process. So this is known as a keypad scanning algorithm. So whenever a key press is detected, that key value will be returned as a character. Right? So in the main program, here that character will be received and LCD data is for displaying the character. So that character will be displayed. Again, some delay will be given. Right. This delay is known as debouncing delay. Once you have pressed, you need to identify whether it is pressed once. Otherwise, if you are pressing 1, if so many characters are displayed, it will create problem. So that is why this debouncing delay is given. in order to identify the key press. That is an arbitrary delay. I have created a small delay function here, arbitrary delay.